Right, welcome everybody, this is William, welcome to my channel. You're watching a serious video about augmented reality development, and I'm going to show you guys how to use MV model and SwiftUI to build app, as well as use UI kit and how to use the combination of both, just to give you guys more options. So we already achieved the functionality of a content view showing the augmented reality and our logo and two buttons that you can play around with. And actually, there is one thing lacking, which is the functionality of the button. You can't possibly just print everything. So if you look at here, there's nothing inside the model. So yeah, that's exactly what we are going to do. And so if you're new here, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I'm right now unemployed, and I opened this channel. Hopefully this channel can be my source of revenue, and so I can continue to share more videos completely for free on YouTube. And yeah, so the best way to support me is to help me to reach the monetization hurdle. So please subscribe and give this video a thumb up. I update the video every day, so you won't get disappointed, I promise you. And if you have anything to say to me, you can leave it in the comment section. I read every comment and reply every one of it. Okay, so let's go back to here. So basically, we're going to add functionality. So we're going to add a model to handle everything. So right now, let's do a minimum viable product, which would means that yeah, let's just print something. Okay, so let's create a new file. And I'm going to just make a Swift file because will handle the logic. So I'm going to say this will be just show something. So I'm going to say show.swift, and hopefully it's not a keyword, so we can create that. And what I'm going to do is to add a class. Say that will be just a show, so not show. Sorry, just to show something, and because you're going to connect data, so I'm going to say this will be a observable object. So if you don't know what observable object is, you can watch my iOS intro series, and it's completely for free. Just to go to my YouTube page and click playlist, right? And then you can say because you want to connect that, so you're going to say this will be a published, and say a published var, and say some text. So I'm going to say some text. Some text will be a empty string or whatever default value. So for example, this is William Jamin's channel. So William Jamin, or maybe add code with William Jamin. That's even better. Code with William Jamin. All right. So this is a default text, and what I'm trying to achieve is that when you actually click that button, I'm going to change the some text to some to a specific text. So what I'm going to do is to copy this some text and go back to I think button view here, and make a state variable that connect this published. So remember, these two names need to be exactly the same. One is the I think what kind of name did I named? One is the show, right? Because it's observable object. The other is at the bottom view. We haven't we haven't added that yet. So let's add that. Remember, you need to have the name same, so state and state variable, and I'm going to say a show will be a show. Some text will be, yeah, some text will be maybe show will be show. Oh, yeah, let's say it will be a show. Okay, so sorry, I think I'm going to name it show because I'm going to make it consistent. So show will be a show, and then I'm going to change the show at when you actually tap the button. yeah, maybe tap this. This would be a reset button, right? So I'm going to get access to show and dots, some text, because you're going to reset it. So the some text will be just empty, or set to default, or maybe set to code with William Jamie. Code with William Jamie. Right, code with William Jamie. I think that's a default text. Code with William Jamie. Right, code with William Jamie. Right. So, and yeah, print. We can safely just let me just leave it here for debug purpose. And this will be an action button, which will be change the text into some different text. So I'm gonna say there will be some show dots and some text, and I'm going to set it to yeah, so maybe you press the button, you press the button, yeah, something like that. Okay. Right, and so you press it, so you just to change the text into this, you press the button, and then label goes, yeah, and this is just yeah, nothing too fancy about that. And of course, because this will be a bottom view, we don't need the preview here. So because we got this error, we don't want any of this error. So let's just delete it and save you guys a little bit of time to solve this problem. Okay, so let's go back to content view. We got missing parameters for this, and that's because I just place a placeholder here without passing any of the arguments. So what I'm going to do is to say show, and there'll be a show, something like that. Okay, and since we cannot find show in scope, we're going to initialize that by adding a var before it. So what I'm going to do is say is var. Yeah, let me say a var, and that will be a show will be using this show to initialize that, so we can safely reference this show. So we should save this error. And I think we solve every error here. And yeah, so if I click here, this is a dummy yeah, I think we already solved this problem, but it's not actually show in up at the augmented reality view. That is because we haven't updated our AR view container here. We just use this show to handle logic, but we haven't updated. Remember, we got this show as a published, so we can use observed objects to actually receive the update information here. So basically, what I'm trying to say is to use the observable objects. Yeah, let's do that manually, because the strangely does not give me the observer object and var, and let me use show and show, right? And then I can change this show according to this show.swift. So on no attributes, observable objects, observed object, sorry, observed object. I think that will solve the problem. I think I might spell it wrong. So observe. So not observer, but observed object. Sorry, I have to use the order completely because English is not my mother tongue, so I might get it wrong sometimes. And yeah, and of course, you are using this AR view container. You are not just dealing with SwiftUI right now, so you have to import this reality kit to dealing with all the augmented reality thing. And yeah. So we got this var body thing here, and right now I think it's not the view, but rather it's UI view representable. So it's just completely change the structure, and type does not conform. Yeah, so we have to add the protocol stops. So if you got that, you add that, you will just automatically adding the thing. But I'm going to do that manually because sometimes it's not what we want. This var, and yeah, I don't think we need it, and so let's just get rid of it, because it's more like a lot of functionality of fun in it. So yeah, and the preview, definitely we don't need that. So with yeah, we will solve a lot of error. And after we have this observed object, we can yeah, make our view and update our view. So if you like to add a AR view, you need to yeah, first make that and then update that. So I think this is sort of pretty straightforward. So yeah, let's do that. And I think I'm going to write some much more complex code. So yeah, I'm going to need a little bit of help of auto completion by our copilot. So where's my copilot? I think I'm going to show in Finder so I can quickly get this file. I think it's here, AR View Container. I right click, open using our Visual Studio Code, and just wait for it to boot it up. So I can get more quick problem up, so I might make less typo mistake. So make UI, yeah, I'm going to change the restrict mode to trust so I can safely update that. So yeah, I got this compilers up and running, and cannot find. Let me quickly check view representable. Yeah, I think I got it correct. Nothing wrong with this. That's because maybe it does not know the other file. It doesn't really matter. So let's make view or UI view. Okay, and we got context, give me AR view, and yeah, return an AR view. We don't need all that, so I can just safely delete everything. Just give you the minimum viable return AR view here. So I'm going to return AR view, and yeah, I think that's the minimum version of it. And of course we can add function, and every time you tap that button, I'm going to update it. So update via, yeah, it's pretty smart. You know what I'm trying to do, but well, what the heck is all this box? We don't need that. So there's no other option. So I'm going to, yeah, there are other options. So update, let anchor and sync anchor first. Action enable show this not what I want. Anchor entity box material. Yeah, that's definitely not what we want. We got a lot of anchor here to maybe other people's tutorials thing. So what I'm going to do is to just to get the basic structure of it without using any of the recommended code. So this code, we don't need that because we don't have a lot of anchor and box in it. So let's just safely delete everything. What I'm trying to get is the outline of this. So yeah, I think I missed a parenthesis here. Okay, so update the AR view, and right now I just want to call update our text. So sorry. So what I'm trying to do is to just say call a certain function, and that function will update our text. Yeah, something like that. So passing the UI view, and that will be just our simple UI view, right? But right now we don't have update our text up and running yet, so I can say private and update our text. So I can call this and make it a yeah, I think look at suggestion, make it anchor, make our text be a model entity generate text material, simple material, yep, and the color, the set position relative to that anchor. Yeah, this might be a good way of doing that. And yeah, let's see more. Model entity mesh generate text, generate text, show text, add child entity. Yeah, this is a good way. Anchor model entity, plain minimum, they got it bounds. Yeah, I think all of the suggestion is pretty good. So basically, you generate the anchor, and using anchor entity, and set up the parameter of a horizontal plane, and we get a minimum bounds of it. So it's just to add more restriction to the anchor entity, and then you're going to show our text based upon this anchor, because you can generate our text using different kind of a mechanic. So you can use model entity, you can model entity mesh generate text, show.text, so you pass in the text, and using a certain material, a simple material show, and you can got a color, and you can set a certain position and relative to our anchor, which we will generate by anchor entity. I think this is a really good one, and this one is also pretty good and pretty simple. You just get an anchor entity, and then you use model entity and generate text. So yeah, this anchor entity, yeah, I think both of it is already pretty good and pretty enough to do that. So yeah, so let me just go with this one and then test it out. Okay, so basically you generate anchor and our text, and then you set the position relative to the anchor, and then remember we got our UI view here, and you add that to our to our view using this add anchor. Yeah, I think that's pretty good, and let's test it out. In fact, okay, so after I test a little bit, unfortunately this Copilot suggested method does not work. This is my messy little bedroom, and by the way, I sort of need the revenue to set up a studio, so please subscribe so I can get out of this cramped little bedroom, and actually can start a studio so I can make a living. Thank you so much for support, and yeah, so yeah, I have to make some adjustments to it, and yeah, let's do it. And because the right now the Copilot suggestion method does not work, so after done a little bit of research, I think I need to use another method to generate text. So generate text will show some text, something like that. We might need to use say a specific mesh resources to do that. So what I'm going to do is to separate these steps. Okay, so what I'm going to do is to use the let and our text. Let me use the mesh resources dot generate text to do that. So in order to generate text, we also need to access show dot some text. Okay, so we're going to replace this and mesh to generate text. I think it's almost the same, right? It's almost the same, just by passing that in here. But things you can't do, let's do this step-by-step debug, so we can actually show where the problem is. And since we already singled that out, I think we can add in more adding more content to it. So remember, it's just some text. So once you already know some text, or we can say adding more options to it. So I think we got the extrusion depth. There will be a float. I'm going to make it 0.1, so we got a sort of depth to it. So we got thickness to this text rather than a pretty thin text. And you can use different font as well. So what I'm going to do is to give a font a mesh resources font. So you can say the mesh resources dot font and italic, bold, italic. Let me use it italic. And of size is CG float, so I'm passing more values of size and make it smaller, maybe 0.8. And then I think we can add weight as well. So font weight, we can make it title, but I think I choose the font weight, but why is showing the font? So yeah, I think the font also complains of fonts. So italic system font, italic system font of a certain size, of size, and adding more. I think I can add weight to it. So weight, and it does not work. That's weird. It's supposed to be have some parameters to that. So our text mesh resource dot generate text, and here, so if it's here, so the ending is here. So yeah, that's the redundant parentheses. And we got show dot some text, so we access some text extrusion font. And it's weird because that's what you suggested, and I use it, and you say you can't do that. Identify no member italic system font. That's a little bit strange. Okay, so maybe we can't use it, or maybe some bugs, because it's still really new technology. So we're just going to get it bold here and see whether it will solve the problem. Maybe just you need to compile, or maybe I have to use let's use the default bold system font. Let's use the most normal one without actually adding all this fancy stuff. 0.8, and then adding a weight of bold. Did this method make it disappear? Yeah, that's a little bit weird, because why we can't use italic system fonts? Why we can't do that? A certain size, and we just delete it. Why can't I do something like this? Yeah, so maybe cannot infer texture basis. Yeah, we sort of have to use system fonts, and and adding the weight. Maybe we can't use italic and the bold at the same time. Yeah, I will check the documentation for that. So right now, let's just leave it here, and we already got our text, and we also got our anchor by using the anchor entity. Okay, our text, our anchor, already finished, and then we use model entity to generate that. So instead of just passing all this in, I'm going to pass our text as well as our anchor to it. And of course, I I also need to pass the texture of it. So texture, and the texture of the text will be I'm going to use material for that. So simple material, and into passing in, we got color roughness, whether it's metallic or not, and the color, simple material color. Let's use a UI color for that. So UI color dots. Let's use a I think yellow is especially the metallic one. Is a really good one, and roughness. Yeah, I think roughness as an let me just use one as a placeholder. Is metallic is a boolean, and I'm going to say yeah, it's metallic. I like a reflective surface, and so we got a good texture ready, and we're going to pass in all the information inside the model entity, and I think mesh collision shape yep, material, I think maybe. Okay, because we don't need collision shape right now, just to make it appear as a sort of a rendering machine. Okay, so mesh will be mesh essentially is the thing that I'm going to show. I'm going to pass our text as the mesh resources. Okay, so yeah, and then let's separate that, and then we got this I think it's a material rather than mesh resources. Material, and we got this array of material. We got texture, and that will be our material, I think. Okay, so yeah, then our text, we already got our model entity, invalidated declaration of our text. Alright, so this naming convention is not good enough, so our text entity. Alright, okay, our text entity, and you can get our text entity to set the position relative to anchor. Alright, and yeah, let's set the parent dot set parent to the anchor. Okay, so sort of connect this anchor as well as entity, and then sing add anchor. Yeah, let's try this one and see how it goes. Alright, brilliant. I think I got this working. So we got this what I draw AR model add code with William Jamming, and it's because it's PNG, so it's sort of floating above the under augmented reality. Yeah, so this is Z stack. So we got the underlying AR, and then we got this right here. And this is forgive me about my bad. It's a little bit childish. Yeah, don't worry about it. It's, yeah, I think if you move up a little bit, you can see add code with William Jamming, right? Code, yeah, here code with William Jamming, and that's perfect. This is the default settings. This is my bike, by the way. I'm really fan of cycling. Right? So if I touch this button here, right? This button here, because I can't show you. Yeah, I think I can use mouse to show you guys this. Okay, if you touch this button, and I'm going to touch it right now. Okay, so I'm going to touch it, and hopefully it can change. And strangely, it does not change, which is a little bit weird, because it's supposed to be changed. Okay, so we got another bug that we need to solve. Right now it does not change, so the button does not work. And let's look at here. This debug is action button as a reset button, right? So basically, we can press the button, but the the text does not change. So let me do a quick debug. Alright guys, after a few tweaks I got it working. So first we need to add a remove all anchor at the beginning of the code, because every time you tap the button you sort of need to update all the UI. Because you remove the anchor, you remove the entities attached above it, so it will change, or if you don't do that, everything will collapse together, overlap each other, and it will be a mess. And then because my room is so small and my cable is not long enough for me to show you around, so I have to decrease the size to 0.3, and then yeah, and then set the position. I think I don't need to set that specific position, or else I can't show you guys that's at the right place. So I just comment it out, and after I run that, let me just give you okay. So I think yeah, because that's as long as my cable can go. So as you guys can see, we got this code with William jamming, and yeah, and of course if I tap this button right here, and it would just automatically change to pressed. I changed that because if it's pretty long you can't read it, so I changed it to pressed. Okay, and if I tap this button, then it will just automatically change it back to code with William jamming. Okay, so tap that, change it back, tap this, change. Okay, so we got two buttons actually working, and we got some virtual text that show in our real space, and I think that's pretty good. So basically just a quick demo of how to use an MV as well as SwiftUI to do that. Of course, you can use the same method to tackle the problem that we have been doing. So for example, this shoot view, right? You can use UIKit, SwiftUI to do that. Of course, you can use yes, what I'm talking about. You can use UIKit or SwiftUI to tackle the same problem. Just want to show you guys it's doable. It's not just the only way of doing it, right? And yeah, maybe if we got more time, and I'm going to finish this project using UIKit as well as the SwiftUI, so you guys can see how to versatile tackle the same problem using different framework, right? And I think that's pretty much it. And if you want help me to get out of this small room, and help me to rent a much decent studio rather than this small room apartment, so please help me by subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumb up. And yeah, thank you so much for your support. I will see you in the next video. Bye.